Good morning. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 25, Remote Off-Grid Homestead Series. Alright, so we're in the second half of January now. There's snow in the forecast. Go ahead and get the carpet side opened up so I can start loading up the truck. Alright. I think this is the point I'm gonna be happy I went with the 6x6 instead of the standard semi. These roads out here don't get plowed unless I plow them. About the only thing left coming out of this fruit factory now is kimchi. So I need to up my production to keep this thing busy. obviously I'm not making any money if the production isn't doing anything. I guess it's doing something, just nowhere near its capacity. Meanwhile, my workers are having to commute in from Juneau still. And to get my workers to make such a huge commute, I'm paying them for their commute time, so I'm probably only getting like 5 hours of actual work out of them while I'm paying them for 8. But realistically, nobody's going to take the ferry all the way over here. Then I'll pile in the van to come work if I don't pay for their commute time. I was debating whether I should sell this tractor or not, but I think I'm going to hold on to it, and it will remain purely for handling pallets. I think next month I'm going to buy a new tractor for field work. Since this tractor's got so many hours on it, and there's no way to rebuild it. But it handles nicely, so it does this type of work very well. And as long as I keep doing this will reduce the amount of wear and tear that a new tractor will have. Actually, I should look into it. Maybe I can just ship it off. Once I have the new tractor, maybe I can just ship this one off to be rebuilt somewhere else. Alright, I'll see you at the shop. Alright, here I am, back at the shop. Some look at triple deuce 271. See how much I end up with now. Alright. So, around 19,000. Alright, I'll see you back at the farm. Alright, here I'm back at the farm now. I'm park the curtain side. Grab the Una mug and feed the chickens. Oh, wrong machine again. Alright, tip side left. That's right. Just a little bit of leftover. Looks like I need some diesel here in the Unimug. Alright. Cover this up, keep the snow out. Go ahead and move on to February. Alright, so here we are in February. Let's open up the curtain side. So let's see, looks like we got 3 pallets of lime, 2 pallets of seed, and 4 pallets of fertilizer. Let's get the honey out because that needs to be sold this month. Now some of those pallets of seed are really small. Alright. That'll be a little bit extra income this month. I'm not really sure with precision farming if bees are worth it anymore. Because before precision farming, having bees increased your yields by about 5% on certain crops. And now almost everything about your crop yield is done through precision farming. So you only get the value of the honey itself. Let me check the levels inside the preserved food factory. Yeah, it needs everything for the kimchi this month. All right. All right. Kimchi production has resumed. Let's grab these eggs. Egg. One nice thing about these winter episodes is they're so much shorter for me to record. A summer episode where, I show the start and end of field work, but skip all this middle of it. That might be 4 hours of me here doing it to show 1 hour video. Which, I mean, that's not a problem in the winter time for me because the whole point of games is to fill time in an enjoyable way. But here, now it's springtime and I'm back to my day job. I am severely limited on how much time I have to record. Hmm. Alright, I'll see you at the shop. Alright, here I am at the shop. So, 240,104. So 17,200 thereabouts. Alright, I'll see you back at the farm. Alright, here I am back at the farm. Since it's the first of the month, I need to do the water. Never been able to get that damn noisy starter fixed. Alright, I haven't ran the wood chip factory, so I don't need to put any water into that. Alright, I'll be back when all the watering is done. Alright, the water is done. Okay. Close the door, keep the heat in, have a seat here on the couch. And it's time to do some shopping. I'm going to look at how much a crop sensor is. Instead of having Compact Pro on all my tractors, if I just have the one that I can pick up and drop off whenever I need to, that would probably be better. All right. So it's $3,000 more. Oh no, this is the soil sampler unit. This is the one I want. So it is the price of two of the compact models. Am I going to buy two more tractors? No, I don't think I am going to buy two more tractors, so. And I have to do a lot of soil sampling to make this worth it. All right, so that answers that question. So now I'm looking for the Highlands. Here it is, the Highlands Fishing Expansion, New Holland T8000 series. Let's go ahead and bump the engine up to maximum. The Pro Compact. All right. Did I bump the engine up to maximum already? Yes. All right, so 149, 250. Hooray. All right, now, in addition to this, tools, all right. I am looking for, yes, that's what I want. You can go right there. you can go there. All right. Now that chicken pasture will never actually be used to put chickens in it. That's just to keep me from paying the fine of having too many chickens for how much pasture space I got. All right. I'll go ahead and stop this production since I don't have any flour. And how much? All right. Buy. Yes. And buy. There we go. Okay. All right. Making good progress. Pretty soon I will have my shortcut connected to the shop. Oh, I have some more shopping to do, but it's not as urgent. Let's see here. Consumables, lime, or 6 bags of lime. All right. I'll go ahead and advance time till the second half of February now. All right. So I'm going to do things a little bit differently this month. I'm gonna go pick up my tractor and some of the lime right away. I will be back shortly. Alright, here I am at the shop to pick up my new tractor. Wow, what a beauty. Whew, that was close. All right. All right. Okay, I'll see you back at the farm. All right, here I am back at the shop. Or the farm, I should say. All right. Unstrap it, lower the ramps. Let's have a look-see at the inside. Yeah, definitely a step up in sophistication, but nowhere near a truly modern tractor. Nice and quiet, though. That's great. Flip up the ramps. How did that pallet of lime come off? I don't know how it came off, but it's definitely annoying me now that it is off. Put the slime over here into storage. Alright, since I'm already in the Unum, I'm gonna go ahead and feed the chickens right now. So, are we... No. Tip side left, that's what I want. Keep the hazard on the high visibility side. All right. I'm going to take this little bit of leftover wheat and put it in this empty pasture. That way red tape doesn't flag me for having an empty feed trough. There we go. Yeah. I don't know if you can hear Click going at me, but she's in heat for the first time. She doesn't know what she wants, but she knows she wants something. I'm gonna go ahead and try using the new tractor to load pallets with this time. I'm just kind of curious to see how well it'll do the job. I imagine the fact that I have wheels on the back probably makes my turning radius a bit larger. Yeah, quite a bit larger. Curtain side opened up. Alright, curiosity satisfied, so. I think if I'm going to leave anything outside, it's going to be this. Because it's already spent most of its existence just sitting in a condemned lot. So it probably don't care that much about the weather. As to where my nice shiny new tractor, yeah, it needs protection from the weather. Actually, I should put narrow tires on the John Deere and see if that'll make it turn a little bit better. Why won't you come off? It's annoying when the pallets get unreasonably sticky. Alright, get this 4 pallets of kimchi loaded, and then I'll be done with this and go sell it. Finish up my shopping. And then I think I'm going to hook the New Holland up to the spader and start a new field. As far as that goes, I will do a lap around the outside. And then skip the rest as I fill it in the center. So that way you get to see the shape and size of the new field. And then that'll be the end of this episode. It's just above freezing, so I know the ground isn't frozen, so it should be no problem tilling it. I'm eager to see just how good of a job the new tractor does pulling that spader. Because it's a bit of a power-hungry monster. I did a test of pulling it with the Unimog, and while the Unimog did it, it really struggled with it. Alright. I'll see you at the shop. Alright, here I am at the shop. Snuggle in a little bit closer to the sell point, so that way, as soon as I set the pallets off, they'll go right into the sale. There we go. So I don't have any way over here to handle pallets. So those 4 pallets over there are going to have to stay until I come back. Yeah, I'm glad this episode's almost over. I'm pretty much over that cold I had, but my voice is beginning to fade now. I was at 6,500 before starting, so we'll see what we end up at. Alright, so 19,200. That's not a bad chunk of money. But while I'm here, let's go ahead and finish up my shopping. So, I think I got enough lime. Well, I'll go ahead and buy 2 more lime. Lime burns through really fast. Alright. I'll get 1 more fertilizer. I should have plenty of seed. Alright. I'll need that because the red tape mod yells at me if I don't plant trees. Even though I see very little value in the trees themselves. Because of how far north we are, there's no oak up here. but the climate itself is quite suitable to oak, so went ahead and bought oak. Alright, I'll see you back at the farm. Alright, here I am back at the farm. Yeah, it was my phone ringing. Who thought they'd be calling me on a Sunday, but someone was. Yeah, as you can tell, my ringtone is the Cruel Angel Thesis from Evangelion. Alright. There's one more thing I want to take a look at here. If I can get another small storage shed. I want something that'll fit right there. A lot of these sheds are more expensive than what I really think they should be. This would work, but I think it's a little bit too big. Alright, yeah, I'll go ahead and use this one. But to do that, I'm going to have to back this up out of the way. Okay. I think for this one, instead of backing it like it's my normal proclivity, I have to pull in like this. Alright. Back up a little bit because apparently, yeah, that dropped me off right inside of the pole when I got out. This gives me enough clearance here. Got enough room for my laundry. There, I'm very pleased with that. Technically, it's not there yet, but so officially my planter's just sitting out in the open still, or my communist harvester is still sitting out in the open. You know what? I think this is going to be my thumbnail. Constrain. Alright. Rectangle, so I will take this. Beautiful. Alright. Allow create fields. Alright, what is my 271? So I'm at 270 is what I want. Good. Oh. Yes, this is doing a good job. Holding right at 270. And I'll use this little bit of open space over here to the side to plop down a few more beehives. Alright. I'll leave this up here as headland. Oh, I managed to get mussed up my perfectly straight line right here at the very, very end. Alright, there we go. So yeah, it looks like this is the part of the woods that sticks out the most. So I'll use this as my starting point. That's my angle. I need to get it at 270. Perfect. Oh, I must my angle right there. Good. I want to keep my angles nice and straight. It'll make it so much easier when I eventually have people come out here to work for me. I really don't want to cut any of these trees over here. For the most part, I don't want to cut trees at all, but I'm going to have to cut some of them just to clear land. Alright, that looks pretty close. Is my angle. I need to be perfectly 180 right there. So true south as much as I can be. Fudged it a little bit. Okay, 180, 180. No. Messing up my angles. All right. All right, that looks good. I'm going to go the other way since I'm more set up and not a straight line. Um, 180. Oh, fudged it a little bit right there. So, okay. Now, fudged it again. Damn. Made 0.1. That's pretty darn close. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this off camera, and I'll be back when it's done. Alright, just about finished with the tilling. There we go. I now have myself a nice, beautiful square field. I made a different thumbnail while I was over here doing the spading. So I'm going to use that instead. Let's get back to the farm. Alright. $24, $68. Yeah, the maintenance on this tractor ain't bad at all. I am going to use this again next month. I'm going to go ahead and clean it up now because all the moving parts really does not like having built caked in dirt on it. And since this is my brand new tractor, I gotta wash it. Alright. I'll refill the diesel. Yeah, like I said, that shed isn't sitting there. My communist harvester is actually sitting out in the open. I think maybe I should just take that plow and sell it. Because the spader adds a plowed state. The only reason to keep a plow at this point is that the spader doesn't count for plowing contracts. But the only contract on this map is that one tiny field that Dave owns, and I have completely outclassed him as a farmer at this point. He should be working for me, not me working for him. And I'm going to need to upgrade my combine pretty soon. Alright. I'll have to exit and re-enter the game in order for the field data to come through. So that'll be in the next episode, because I'm going to end this episode here. Thank you very much for watching.